guys, and welcome to a different sort of a video, but also a cool and exciting video because it is a collaboration video. This video was organised by Fern from the Fern Life. I'm going to pop down her details down below. If you are a YouTuber, preferably a New Zealand YouTuber, and you are a wahine or woman, then definitely go check out our group down below. We love seeing new people in the YouTube community, and it's something that I suppose is growing. So anywho, I'm going to get into this because I don't want to make this video too long because A, I ain't got time, B, who wants to listen to me rambling on, and C, I don't have much time on my memory card. It's like acting really weird. But anyway, I've had to write down a few things just in case I forget them. But this month I've been pretty frugal, and if you haven't seen a blog post that I did about Frugal February, then I'll link it down below. Pretty much for the month of February I've tried not to buy any unnecessary goods or whatever. A bit of a spender, and when I first was invited to this event I thought to myself, what the heck, I'm not going to be able to contribute to this video at all because I am not good at saving. I am constantly finding bargains. I'm a bit of a bargain hunter. I find bargains, but that's still contributing to buying. So even if it is a bargain, you're still buying. I thought that I would just quickly jump into Frugal February, and then I'm going to take this on a little bit of a twist. So the first thing that I've done for February is obviously cut down on my shopping bill. This time last year, me and Avi were spending up to $170, $180 for two people a week on groceries. Like, what the heck were we buying? At the time I was just going into store to buy the groceries. This time last year actually, I think I started shopping at Countdown. Yeah, it was like a few weeks into March I think that I started to shop at Countdown, and I started to do the click and collect, and I started shopping online so that I can watch exactly what I'm buying. And also sometimes they have deals online. They also have like $5 off your purchase or 10% off your purchase, or you know, you get a few little perks. A lot of freebies come with your order. For the first couple of weeks I was getting freebies pretty much in every single order. I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. And also of course there's the convenience of not actually having to go into the shop. So I cut down our shopping to $150, and then in February I cut it down to $120, and this week I've cut it down to $110. So you're probably thinking, girl, what are you trying to do? Trying to like cut it down even more? Well, yeah, I am. Me and Avi are going away in April, so I'm trying to save a whole heap of pūtea, and it's just, yep, finding cuts in different things. But anywho, so that was this first thing. The second thing was obviously not spending on unnecessary things like buying things. The only thing I've bought this month is a new bra because, girl, I needed a bra. You know, I could not have a bra. And they are quite expensive because I go to City Chic to get the bra. So that was cool. Also, I've got a blog post coming out about that soon, so watch out for that. And then I also sold a few stuff as well. I sold actually quite a few stuff, and with that obviously it was cash. I would put it in a jar and I would hide the jar away, and that was really, really awesome because I haven't touched it and it's just sitting there waiting for me to use, probably to pay back my mum, because let's face it, I owe her a bit of money. The last thing was whatever was left over at the end I would pop away. Even if it was like $5, I would just like transfer that to another account. I didn't even care. Like, so every payday I was literally on $0. I would start fresh again because, yeah, I just didn't want that lingering in my account. Like, sometimes it could be $5 that I had left, sometimes it could be $20 or $60, whatever it was. I just popped it away, and that was it. So even if it is $5, you think, oh, $5 is nothing, just pop it away, who cares? Because that $5 is $5 more that you have in that account than what you actually do. So that's what I've done for Frugal February. It's been pretty cool. I'm actually going to continue on the frugalness until I go away, pretty much, because I need to be quite frugal. I can't be buying anything else. There's lots of stuff in my house that I need, probably not need, probably just want, and yeah, that's just gonna have to wait until I get back from being overseas. So I thought that I'd take a little twist on this. Like, other people are going to be talking about how they save money, and because like I said earlier, I'm not the greatest when it comes to saving, although I am really good at saving when there's a certain thing that I am saving for. So this actually leads into a story that I wanted to tell you guys about how I pretty much have never had a student loan or a student allowance. I was very lucky because my parents helped out, but also I saved up the whole tuition fee that I had to pay for my course. So for some of you that don't know, I actually went to Wellington and I went to radio school down there. I'm pretty sure it still runs, but I'm pretty sure it's now based at Whitira, which is like, for some of you people here in New Plymouth or Taranaki, it's kind of like WIT, or it's like a polytech pretty much. And yeah, at the time it was just amazing. Like, it was right on Cuba Street. I lived on, believe it or not, Taranaki Street. Like, it was just meant to be. And I lived in a hostel. It was like a different sort of hostel. It was kind of like an apartment living hostel. And yeah, it was awesome. It was the best time of my life, definitely. It was just something I definitely needed to do it. I needed to get out of Taranaki, and it was just awesome, and I love Wellington. Prior to moving to Wellington, I had this goal in my head that I wanted to go to radio school, but I knew that I didn't want to leave home like super fast. I wanted to stay in Taranaki and just work. And a lot of my friends actually didn't think this was a good idea. They thought, why are you working? Why are you not going to university? And I knew in my head I didn't want to go to university. I knew what I wanted to do, and I also knew that I was going to do it no matter what. You know, you hear of people taking time to work before they go to uni, and then they never end up going, and then before you know it, you're like 21 and you still haven't gone to uni. Well, I knew that I didn't want to be one of those older students that went off to radio school. So I was at 19, but when I went to radio school, there was all different ages. There was like 30, 40-year-olds in our class. It was just, I mean, I think there was even 60, like 50-year-olds, not 60-year-olds, but it was like a variety of ages that were in our class. So I knew I wanted to go to radio school. So the first thing I did was I moved out of home, and thankfully the place that I was renting at was $40 a week. So obviously that's going to save me a lot of money, because that was for everything. That included power. At the time, Bebo was the thing, and no one cared about internet, so I didn't really care either. Didn't really need it. Internet wasn't a thing. And I lived with a whole heap of different people, actually. We had a lot of people coming and going. So yeah, it was really cool in that aspect that I saved a lot of money that way. So the first thing that my mum made me do was go to the bank and set up an automated payment. And this is what you actually need to do so that you can save. If you can, with your bank, see if you can get an account where you can't touch it. And I'm not going to dive into too much about where I bank, but with this account that I made, I couldn't access it via internet banking. At the time, internet banking wasn't, it was like first coming in, so it wasn't like hard out, like I wouldn't log into it ever really. The second thing was I couldn't access it at an ATM machine, which was really, really good. And the third thing was there was fees. There was fees galore. Like, if you wanted to get some money out, it cost you. If you wanted to stop a payment, it cost you. Every time you touched the account, it cost you, because it was purely a savings account. So that is how I saved the money for the year. I also did automated payments, and those automated payments went out each week, and I did not stop them. That's your key. Don't stop them. And I pretty much had no life. Okay, so we used to have our weekend on a Monday and a Tuesday, because I worked in hospitality. I was working at McDonald's at the time. When I first worked there, I was on $12 something an hour. It was like ridiculous pay. Well, at the time, I thought it was just awesome. I was like, yeah, making it rain. Not even. So yeah, I was just on an average Joe blog job, guys. And I managed to save quite a bit of money. The next quick little topic that I want to talk about is how I've never really been in debt, apart from my mum. Like, I owe her some money because she's paying for our trip to Australia, because she's like the best parents in the world, mum and dad. Apart from that, I've never really been in debt. I don't own this house, so we don't have a mortgage. We rent. I don't own a car. Thankfully my partner, it's actually his car, so I use his car. I've never had a credit card because I'm freaking scared that I'm going to get into debt, which I suppose a lot of people don't think about, do they? They don't really think, oh, a credit card, you know, let's just go in and get one. I'm scared that I'm going to be like, I can't pay this week. And what happens there? Then they just charge a bit of interest on there, keep on charging all that interest, and then you're like, dying in debt. And I've never taken out a loan. Like I said, I've never had a student loan, and I've never had to take out a loan to pay anybody back, because I really haven't had to pay anybody back. So my tips are, if you are deciding to work before you go and study, or work before you go traveling, I suggest setting up automatic payments and sticking to a budget. Obviously one day I'm going to have to get a loan because I'm going to want to buy a house, or I'm going to want to buy something. Like for example, I do one day want to buy my own car, but for the time being I think I'm pretty happy with me not being in debt. It's a big thing, it's an adult thing. I feel like once you become an adult, that's just something that you end up having to sacrifice. Somehow you have to get a loan. And I feel like for people in my generation, it's just going to be so hard to find a house that's affordable. How homes are going up, it's just crazy. And I can see why people have to put the price up for rent, because they need to try and compensate this house that they have bought, and you are living in it and not them. So it's a tough one. I hope that these little tips have helped you. I know it's, like I said before, I'm probably the worst person when it comes to saving, but if I've got a certain thing that I want to save for, then watch out, because I will frickin' save for it, and I will do it. I hope you guys have all been enjoying being frugal over February, if you are taking part in Frugal February. If not, then I hope that maybe you decide to do something frugal over the next couple of months, or if you've got something that you want to save up for, you want a new camera, or you want something new, or you want that really nice dress, then just freaking put the money away and then buy it. Also, what I've done on my phone is I've actually got a countdown app of my holiday, so that I don't forget it. 48 days until my holiday. And that is a great motivation if you are saving for something in particular. It could be 48 days until your loan's paid off, or 48 days until you're able to buy a new camera, 48 days until you travel, 48 days until you go and study. Do a countdown. They're awesome. Anyway, I've been rambling for ages. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in our next video. Bye!